Welcome to today's Let's Meet. I'm your host, Alex.
Hello everyone, I'm Pumi from Sri Lanka. I'm very happy to be here to share exciting stories with you.
In today's program, we will visit Chongqing's first craft brewery bar located in an air raid shelter, meet a runner engaged in public welfare and environmental protection in Chongqing, and of course, recommend a variety of delicious Chongqing foods. Our first stop today is very special. We're going to visit a craft brewery bar that uses an air raid shelter for brewing.
Wow, I love craft beer. Is it really a bar in an air raid shelter? That's amazing. I think only Chongqing would have such a bar.
Well, yes, indeed. The bar owner uses Liaoying tea, a specialty of Chongqing, to brew unique craft beers that are not only popular domestically, but also have won awards in international beer competitions. In today's Bridging News, let's go and taste this unique flavor of Chongqing.
Hello, I'm Qin Xiaoqiao, founder of the Hops Craft Beer, and is also the owner of Caver, which is the first air raid shelter bar in Chongqing. I am a native of Chongqing, and I want to bring the local cultural symbols and flavors of Chongqing to the whole country and the world through our products. We have cooperated with Tianfu Cola to make a Tianfu Cola flavored beer. Another interesting product is that we have used Chongqing's local Liaoying tea to brew a refreshing lager. Every year, we will send some of our beers that we are proud of to international competitions. In 2023, Rice Lager went to Japan to participate in the International Beer Cup and won a silver medal in the lager category of the International Beer Cup. Japan is a country where lagers are very popular and known for its strong lager tradition. I feel very proud to have won an award in Japan. Our beers are served in over 100 bars nationwide. The brewery brand alone contributed to an annual turnover exceeding 3 million yuan. In my personal view, for the future of craft beer, I believe that the craft beer is inherently diverse and will continue to embrace this diversity even more. By drawing on Chongqing's cultural richness, we aim to further develop our local brewing style. This involves learning from excellent brewing practices abroad and applying them innovatively here in Chongqing. Our goal is to create even more intriguing brews that appeal to both local Chongqing residents and our guests.
Next, we will broaden our view to the global stage and focus on economic and trade cooperation between China and Europe.
I'm curious, Alex. How do you view the role of economic trade in China-Europe relations?
Well, trade between Europe and China is quite unique, and logistical routes are just one point that can make this happen. Also, allowing products to go both ways, from China to Europe and Europe back into China, helping the logistical rates and also bringing prosperity to nations that really need this investment, not only from China, but also to be reciprocal from the nations. It's quite interesting.
Very insightful. I think you made some good points, Alex.
Thank you. In today's program, we interviewed Dr. Klaus Larez, an international relations expert at the Woodrow Wilson Center. How does he view the role of economic trade in China-Europe relations? Let's find out.
Well, in principle, I think China is interested in having good relations with the Europeans, and the Europeans are very interested in having good relations with China. The reason largely is because of economics and trade. As you know, China and the European Union are the largest trading partners in the world, the largest economic areas in the world. And it is, of course, it makes perfect sense that they want to trade with each other, that they want to have deep economic relations. And that drives the relationship. There are other factors, geopolitical and cultural factors, of course, which are also important and should not be ignored. Also, people-to-people exchanges like the exchanges of academics and students and tourists, of course. All that is important, but the driving force clearly is trade and economics, and for understandable reasons, because both sides, of course, want to improve their living standards. They want to have a good standard of living, and you achieve that by having good economic links with each other. So in principle, I think it's a good relationship which should be developed further. When you consider the figures, then 40% of all GDP in the world is actually produced by the transatlantic allies, by both Europe and America together. And 40% of all global trade is conducted between the Europeans and the United States in North America. That is a huge number. It's almost half of all world trade. However, that doesn't mean you cannot also develop good and better economic and trade relations with other countries, including China. It's not a contradiction in terms. You can have 40% with China and 40% with the United States, or 20% with China and 40% with the United States, as you like. This is quite possible in theory, and I think that is what we should work on.
Pumi, a question for you. Do you like running?
I am an indoor sports person, but of course I would love to see the sports.
Well, Katalina Soger from Hungary created a trash running plogging group in Chongqing, combining exercise with environmental protection. In today's Faces of Chongqing, let's learn about this meaningful public welfare initiative through her story.
My name is Kate Sogor. I'm from Hungary. I live in China at the moment, and also I'm co-founder of Trash Running, a plogging group started in 2018 in Shanghai. Plogging basically means running and picking up trash on the way. Our group is the biggest group in China at the moment and is entirely run by volunteers. We've been organizing trash runs since 2018. So we combine sports with environmental protection and kind of try to make it a social, a fun thing. And then, so we like to say that we care about our own health and just as much as the health of the environment. But I also think that people are being more aware of environmental issues like sustainability. You all hear these buzzwords around, you know, like these things are becoming trendy, and also this is something that people try to adopt to their everyday lives. Our ultimate goal is not to exist anymore, to sound a bit dramatic. It's because we hope there will be no trash on the streets. And then, so we can just be a regular running club and, you know, just do sports. But of course, like in the shorter term, we just hope to grow as a community, not just as Trash Running, as a brand, but also as a group of people who are environmentally aware, who are open to, you know, new initiatives, who are willing to take action.
If you want to travel to Chongqing, today's iChongqing is not to be missed. James will take us to a small bar with a strong Chongqing flavor. It not only has an authentic delicacies, but also a rich local atmosphere. It is highly recommended to all friends.
Stories of nighttime abound in the city. And today, we're going to see what Chongqing is like after dark in the most local of places there are. We are in the Qixinggang area of Chongqing, which is a very traditional neighborhood. So before it gets dark, I'm going to take you inside a traditional local bar and show you how the locals in Chongqing like to do it. The Chunyang Tavern is in the Qixinggang area of Yuzhong district and has been serving local patrons for 20 years. There is a bustling atmosphere here every night. However, the blend of traditional crafts, utensils and cold dishes are still more than enough to whet the appetite. Nevertheless, the most touching aspect of a tavern will always be the close distance between people. Obviously, you know, in places like this, it's kind of unusual to see a foreign face, but the locals here are very friendly and they're going to prove it to you. Let's go. 你好，这我们再敬一次，我们再敬一次杯。好，很高兴认识你们啊，身体健康。一直在这边住吗？ 谢谢谢谢。
在后面一起嘛。
Oh, okay, I was just saying the locals are very friendly, but as we can see, this is far past my expectations. So now they all want us to sit together. So why not? In my opinion, it's precisely this open trust between strangers that has allowed taverns to thrive over the ages. This form of trust is a rare virtue in the social fabric of a city and allows people living here to put aside thoughts of daily toil and rekindle their sense of contentment in either a serene or lively atmosphere.
I think Chongqing is very inclusive in terms of food. You can eat authentic food in these local small shops. And there are also exquisite high-end Chinese restaurants.
Exactly. After tasting street food, today my colleague Yuan will invite Alina McLeod, a big influencer from Canada with over 300,000 fans on YouTube, to taste a lovely and innovative restaurant that also has Chongqing characteristics. Let's take a look.
All right, guys, we just got to Jiefeng Bay, right? Perfect. Jiefeng Bay itself. For lunch today, we are going to a very interesting and it looks like very well rated restaurant. It says the best Sichuan cuisine restaurant for 2022 and 2023. A culture shock for me in China has been that they serve you warm water. Okay, so let's try the mouth-watering chicken. And is this one spicy? A little bit. A little bit spicy? Okay. Oh yeah. It's a little bit spicy. I like it with the peanuts. And let's try the mustard cabbage. This I for sure have never had before. I've never had this vegetable. It's so crunchy, right? Totally different flavor than I was expecting, but I like it. It's very refreshing. Next up, let's try the yam with shrimp, and this looks very different. Oh, shishi. This must be a different type of yam. Like I haven't had this kind before. It's very fresh. It's not like soft and starchy. It's quite crispy, which is nice. And then the shrimp adds like, you know, a nice flavor to it. So yeah, pretty good. All right, and for dessert, what is this called?
Tangyuan.
Tangyuan. Nice.
Well, you can taste the flavor of orange.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this looks like such an interesting dessert. I like it.
Finally, let's talk about Chongqing giant pandas, Yukai and Ui, who have recently gone viral on the internet. They just celebrated their second birthday.
I have already seen their videos on social media. They're so cute.
Yes, these two little guys are so adorable that the whole world is falling in love with them. Let's take a look at some of their wonderful moments together. That's all for today's show. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Yumi, for being with us. I'm your host, Alex.
I'm Pui. Thank you all for your support.
Let's meet showcasing new Chongqing to the world. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.